Maybe, Jane, it's just the beginning.
I really loved the first season of the show, and when I got to see the first episode of the second season, it just blew my mind. So I would like to know first, what was your reaction when you first read the scripts for the first season and now for the second season?
It's crazy. That Nate and Megan are insane. We didn't get the scripts, the full season until we were like about to shoot it. And so I knew as much as my character did, and that was really fun to play. And still every time, like I have all these theories in my head, but every time I'm still gobsmacked by the actual script, and it exceeds expectations every time.
Yeah. I feel like comparing the two seasons, I don't know why murder mystery came into my head for season 1. And then season 2 is more like, okay, but how? Right?
Yeah,
That's what I got from it.
yeah.
What I really like about this second season is it starts off with like you kind of think that you're gonna solve the mystery, but not at all. And many other questions are now on the table. But what I really like is how we get to see Simon's relationship changing with Maddie from what we saw in the first season to the second season, and his decision to leave and then deciding to stay and help. So what I really like to know, Christian, is how you deal with his emotions and how his relationship with Maddie is going to evolve in this second season.
Well, it's a lot to ask of him to deny like the physical proof of what he sees on his phone. And so I always think about how are you going to convince someone that they haven't lost their mind? That Maddie has to basically ask him, "Hey, I need you to be insane for a few more months to help me." So he has to choose either his mind or his heart. Like what binds them together? It's their friendship, it's their love. So that's like the only way that Maddie could ever access him again is going back to where they first started. And I like that. It's like symbolic. It's, you know what, maybe the heart does trump over the mind.
And then I think that's really important on this show. And another twist I really like is Xavier's story, because you kind of didn't see that coming at the beginning of the first season. And what happens at the end of the first episode of the second season, it's crazy. So, Spencer, I would like to know, how did you manage his whole story? And how much did you know on the first season about what was going to happen in the future with your character?
Oh, I knew when I auditioned for it, the character in the audition had a lot more like levity, shall we say, than what he ended up becoming in the first season. So I always had an idea that he was gonna have this trajectory towards, character growth. As far as the events of the end of the first episode, I had a dinner with Megan and Nate, the writers of School Spirits, maybe 5 months before we went out to shoot it. And they said, over dessert, we're gonna give you a little bit of, we'll give you a dessert, if you will. And they spoiled the ending of that for me, and I was so excited. So I had a little bit of time to kind of like think about what the implications of that are, what that means for Xavier moving forward, what that means for the show and the lore.
So you knew the ending?
I knew the ending of the first episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, you didn't tell us.
No, yeah. I was sworn to, yeah.
We were friends.
Yeah, so that's a very, very exciting.
I think it's also great that you guys don't know exactly what everything is going, because you get the surprise, which I think is one of the best things of the show, that it has so many twists, so that you get to enjoy that. I think that's really great. And in the cases of Claire and Nicole, now they will have to deal with what happened with Maddie, with what's happening with Xavier. So how are they going to get into this whole mess that they're with their friends and they don't even know what's going on?
Yeah, well, in the first episode at the beginning of the season, Claire is just focused on Xavier. Like that's her number one priority in the hospital. She has no idea what's going on. She's not super close with Simon and Nicole at this stage, and so it is really fun to transition and see their friendship. It grows. Yeah.
And that's what it ends up doing.
Yeah.
Although in the beginning we're kind of together because of the circumstances, but then it slowly develops into, hey, actually, do you want to hang out? Or like that type of vibe, and we actually end up kind of liking each other.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's nice. It's sweet. I can't wait for y'all to see it.
They're sharing something they can even understand.
Right. That's a good point.
And when I was talking with the other guys from the other world previously, and they told me that you guys keep things really separated. Like they shoot their scenes and you shoot their scenes, so you don't know much of what's going on.
Yeah.
On the other side, which I think is great. As I was saying, you get to surprise. So what are the things that you saw on the first season, on even on the second season, happening on the dead world that you were like, oh my god, I didn't even know this was happening, or you were shocked or surprised?
Honestly, most of it, I because we don't see anything that's being shot on the ghost side, so it's like I'm watching a brand new show whenever I watch the ghost side of things.
Like, I love the scene where he's running. Like, I didn't see that scene before, like Mr. Martin and then all the ghosts, like in the beginning. I was like, oh my god, this looks so cool, because it looks like he's really sweating. That must have been really cool to shoot.
Yeah. Maddie runs a lot.
That's really great. And Christian, how is going to Simon deal with everything that's going on around Maddie, but that he can't see? But he can see Maddie, but he can't see everything that's going on around him with the ghost world. So how is he going to deal with that?
He doesn't participate too much in getting to know them, but I will say that because the stakes are a lot higher this season, when he speaks to Maddie, the group is huddled around her. So he sort of has this audience that he doesn't know he has. Yeah. So he isn't aware. And there's this one clip where Wally has to listen to Simon and he's like an inch away from his nose. There's a lot of eavesdropping. And so Simon is just oblivious to it, and then me as an actor, I'm just delivering it to Peyton List with just pretending there's no one freaking there, and they're doing all this monkey stuff, and I'm just like, please, yeah.
Thank you so much for taking this time talking to me. Once again, congratulations on the show. It's really amazing, and well, I hope we get to see a lot more of this story.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.